Even though I'm in a fugly mood, I'm gonna regret not using my beauty today, my new hair today. Later, I will regret it. So I'm gonna just go with it. And just go with it. I'm trying to go to sleep, take a nap. Almost. Let me go smoke. Okay. I'm just gonna do it because.
Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa.
Ain't shit.
Hey, Papa.
Corey.
Hey, Papa.
Stop.
Hey,
Corey. Shh. You could stay and hang out, but you loud, sis. Her moon is in Cancer. She's a Virgo, so. Like that makes anything. It just gives an idea of her temperaments. So I'm just going to. It's almost nap time. Hope for the best. I'm just going to shuffle and give a reading. For the new moon in Capricorn. What energy is there to collect and how to harness it, and to harness it, what to harness and what to collect. And all of that. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a storyboard and see what comes up. The High Priestess reverse. Connection to the soul of the self. Release. Maybe I'll have to flip the video. And 5 of Fire. Okay. So far what's coming, what is being told so far is it is a lack of connection to the sovereign soul self. This feels very macro. I feel it now, this is probably just a reading reflecting how I feel. But I feel like when you think about the micro and the macro, if I feel this way, I'm not the only one. Let's remove ego here. And if I feel this way, then the macro feels this way. The sun is shining, but not really. So what I'm getting so far is that there's going to be a lot of nines, a lot of endings to a lot of situations. Some that you never even imagined would end. It's white roses on the floor of the release card. White roses, endings, deaths, but like in a sacred way, kind of like not in like a terrifying tower way, but in like a let God do it type of way. And the 5 of Fire is it ties all this together, because it's like you're not connected to your sovereign mind or your soul, so you're not able to make proper decisions. And you're in a lot of conflict within yourself, outside yourself, with others, even if it's not in the physical realm. It could be in the spiritual realm too. When you think of someone, you know, love someone, you're not saying anything because there's no space to say, and things are weird. Not everything is always, you know, easy, seamless. Maybe you do need endings, because where you're going, where we're going as a collective, where you're going, a lot of things won't make it, and so you'll lose a lot in order to gain everything. And a lot, you know, not everything, but you have to think about the sacrifices that, you know, people with a lot of money have to make. Sacrifices that people with a lot of families to take care of, a lot of children, a lot of, you know. And the people who lose a lot, I mean, that's what they sacrifice to gain all of that. You know what I mean? So if you're gaining a lot of money, if you're having a lot of children, you know, your abundance is coming in and it's getting greater and greater, and the sacrifices that's made in order to sustain that is just as great. Yeah. So you kind of have to lose a lot in order to gain a lot. But there's going to be a lot of conflict before that. Of course. Of course. Continue the story with the chakra healing. That first deck is Angel Tarot. 5, 15, 4, a lot of 4, 5. So a lot of changes. A lot of having to tap into the logical mind and not the emotional mind, because the emotional mind is not going to be able to get you through. Maybe it's not a good time to make a decision. Just continue finishing. So between the Capricorn new moon, which makes sense because it's Earth. It's Earth. Hold on, close the window. Okay. So what I asked initially in the beginning was to align with the Capricorn new moon. And I was thinking about understanding what energy has to be harnessed from that portal. Cain is asleep. And she up fighting her sleep. She's trying to wake him up. Katana, leave him alone. This is the second time that this card was at the bottom of the deck. In what essence does Saturn have a hold over your capacity to feel regret and to have regrets? Because it's kind of like the essence of knowing. You should have known what to do, the right thing to do, and you didn't do it. And so now you have this regret. Or you should have done this thing that you knew you shouldn't have done. Or you didn't know that you should have done it, or went there, or, you know, like, put yourself in that situation. So attach
yourself
to it by saying that you should have known. That's also in the essence of forgiving your mistakes and accepting yourself. This is at the bottom. I shuffled it before, picked it up, and I noticed it. Then I put it down, and then I was shuffling until I noticed it. Alright, so this is for chakra healing deck. So Capricorn moon, the energy that is going to be that is evolving out and unraveling, and what to harness to get us to the full moon in Cancer. Again, I'm just honoring my feelings today. I was getting stop trying to plan. God is in control. Is in control. Just do. Transmutation hand chakra. So, this priestess, high priestess that's reverse is kind of side-eyeing me, because the right way is listen to your intuition, have patience. So reverse is you're not listening to your intuition, you're not having patience, you're not considering carefully before you choose to decide something. Something about the details is kind of like itching at you, kind of gnawing at you. Something about the details. Okay. And the transmutation right underneath is kind of like a change your behavior, rituals, or routines. Let go of regret. So, and of course, the analyst Virgo, details. So something is about these details, something about these fine details. When I think about it on the macro level, the truth is going to be revealed. Things are going to get really complicated. And in order to sustain and maintain a positive headspace, you need to accept yourself where you are in this life, because what's going to happen feels like a standstill of energy. Now, energy can't really move that much when there is no air and there is no sun and there is no water and there is no, you know what I mean? There's nothing moving it. Whatever it's connected to isn't really doing much with it, not utilizing it to its highest potential. So when it's sent back, think about it. Let's say I'm relating this to my romantic partnerships, because lately they've been falling kind of like weirdly, and so I'm thinking about it like in this way of like, you give your energy to something and the energy that was given, that you gave, wasn't really being utilized properly, and so it starts to decrease in value and decrease in charge, you know. And so when it's sent back to you, because that's all we do is just send each other back and forth, energy back and forth, when it's sent back to you, it's changed and it's not vibrating high and it's not positive charge. And so the energy feels like it's doing a lot of that. And what happens, you know, one aspect of it, you know, the one side that receives that energy is over there holding on, over there not accepting its mistakes, accepting itself, accepting all sides of itself, and not utilizing itself properly. So I guess that's in the routines and the rituals and the routines of eating well, doing well, using your body at its highest potential. So maybe it's a good time to not do any drugs or do any drinkings. because the details, okay? There's details here. Look at all these swords, wands, sticks. Look at all of them. Just, I mean, like this, the like, you know, the lines, you know, they're all there. Look at them. All those details need to be assessed. Everything needs to be reassessed. This is actually, you know, they always, I was hearing a lot of like, and I hear it so often that I kind of just was like, whatever. But I heard a lot of really paying attention to what's in your life and assessing and evaluating what's really going on in all the layers of everything. And I was just like, they always say that, but now it makes more sense to me how you do that, you know? You gotta look at everything. When I think about, I think my manifestation about money, what I wanted, and what was I thinking? I keep having these thoughts. My pathways are not connected, so this is this. High Priestess in reverse. My pathways are not connected, so when I have a memory of something, you know, like something said to me, what was I just thinking? I don't remember. Something said to me, oh, create this manifestation about money. Where did that come from? You know? I can't remember. And so this is the pathways of like, when you're not connected to your highest, most mystical self, you lose that trailway, you know? Not the trailway. You lose the, I'm thinking of like one cell or atom or whatever, neuron, to connect it to the next one. That's what I'm thinking of when I say pathways. So I can't remember where something came from. My dreams have been foggy. You know, I feel myself dreaming. I know I dreamt. I wake up like I dreamt. I remember feeling this in my dream, but I don't remember what happened. You see what I mean? It's like certain pathways. So this is like lost in translation. This is like, and think about it on the macro level, lost in translation, information. So now we're at the rise of the Aquarius age of information, of knowledge, flow of. This is outside of the Aquarian energy that I definitely have been studying, because there's an Aquarius stellium in February. So been looking into that, and aside from all the Aquarius, you know, synergies, characteristics, whatever, the whole essence of the age of Aquarian is with the rise of technology and the rise of accessibility with knowledge and things like that. You know what I mean? Education. Like, you can go online and learn anything. That's the rise of the, you know, that technology and in that Aquarian new age, you know? Why did I bring that up? So when I think about the rise of knowledge, and I think about connectivity, I can't remember where I brought that up. High Priestess, into your intuition, neurons, connections, thought processes, details, assessing everything, looking at all the details. I don't remember where I brought it up, but that was a good point about the rise to the technologies, being able to have this accessibility to information. You are in an expansion. This is the letting go of regret, letting go, because now your DNA is going to be recalibrated. Now the knowledge that you've been acquiring, the manifestation that you've been planting, the seeds that you've been planting. You know, one thing that I noticed about intentionality and manifestation work and ritual work, I love to do that type of work, and I feel like it's so important, because if you're not focused on the things that you want, you can end up being focused on the things that you don't want, road A, or you can end up focusing on nothing. Road B. And when I say nothing, that means that you're just living your life every day and you're not questioning anything. You're just Or you're on the other road A, where you know what you don't want. And we all know what we don't want, but you stay there and you're constantly like, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this. Being intentional about what you do want, you're co-creating with the creator. You're actually saying, I'm present in this decision and in this path and in this life. I'm present here. And so I gotta pee, hold on. Present mindedness. That's present mindedness is an expanded version of mindfulness. Because present mind, you're in the moment now. And I'm able to say, this is what I want because my heart is calling to it and my soul is calling to it. And so I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm going to align myself with it. So doing that type of work, you know, and you're aligning yourself closer and closer to your higher priestess so that you can transmute, change the trajectory. I wouldn't say change the trajectory, not to change the trajectory, but to kind of like have some conviction for it, you know, not letting any old thing happen to you, and being able to say that all I've gotten here with my choices and what I felt and doing the best that I could, and I let go of regrets and I let go of my mistakes. This is hard. This is why it's right in the middle. And this makes me think about Saturn in a very masculine way, tapping into your masculine charge. Now we've done the integrated part. We're already integrated. We're already integrated. This started, since the day you came here. Because as you first your baby in full integration and truth, you get older, you start to separate. And so the whole goal is to always come back to complete integration, sovereignty. But that was the work that we did in December for the winter solstice. It's that divine masculine, divine feminine integration, because what was coming in in 2021. January is just the fucking beginning. January is nothing on nothing. No, but this is where we're in right now. So that's that. Now I'm going to do the Divine Mother. And this is spiritual guidance. Hand chakra, Saturn and Virgo. Something about competing goals, conflict with others. Less judgment, letting go of that regret. Less criticisms. You're sleeping. So get in bed. You don't want to get in bed? That's mommy's remote. Transmutation, letting go of regret. Sacred Hearth. Okay. Sacred Hearth reminds me of Lady of Charity. Giving. Charity. Heard that word earlier. Heard that word. See, I can't even remember where I'm hearing things, but I heard that recently, doing charity. What did I hear about it? Charity. See? Okay, so Lady of Sacred Hearth.
This is a tiger.
A Lady of Charity. Where do you see a tiger at?
A tiger said, "War."
A Lady of Charity and a Lady of Resurrection.
Mom says.
What does charity mean?
Say. See?
Charity?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
She said,
That's charity?
yeah.
Giving to others, like giving the kisses to others.
This is mom.
Letting go of your regrets leads to forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. Forgiving others for allegedly harming you, because nobody's really harming you. You're harming yourself.
Today, mom is sad.
Letting go of that regret, accepting others, accepting them. That is the work of the charity, the givens, the givings.
In the mothers.
Sometimes it's not just it's not a tangible product thing. Sometimes it's just offering the forgiveness and the acceptance of the self, and sometimes that's just all you can give is that acceptance and that forgiveness, and that's charity. That's the giving. That's my card. Lady of Resurrection.
What this one?
No, it's mine. It's Auntie's card. Lady of Resurrection.
See me? Look, she is you.
This is at the end of the whole story. So this is a rebirth and rebirth, rise. The new awakening, the new version of the self, refreshed, new, aligned with nature and life, aligned with God flow, aligned with the divine, aligned with the self.
See glitter in it. See glitter? Auntie, I don't know what
Stop.
this. Select your table. Select your table.
Hurt reminds me of home.
First.
Hurt this home. Hurt this body. Taking care of the body.
What is body? No.
Mind, body, and spirit. So this is what the focus is.
My body is full.
Wait a minute. Go. I'm doing my reading. You're being loud, okay? I need to focus myself. Go get on your phone, okay? Here, take Gary. I don't like him that much. Okay, go ahead. Close the door too. Thank you. Letting go of the regrets. Being who you are as you are, there's no other version of you. Accepting the self. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of self-acceptance, working on lots of acceptance. Forgiving the self, forgiving others, paying attention to the details. They're going to annoy you, things are going to be conflicting. Just take note of everything. Don't rush to make any decisions. You don't have to rush to make any decisions. There is no rush because there is no time. Time is illusionary. Time is not. Time is not real. We give time its energy. We make time important. We make time important. Not the other way around. Time is not important. Time is. We crafted that. We made it fit our lives here. On earth. We made it fit here. What works for us here as a collective. But it's not the law of true nature and spiritual mind. Time is not. That's not the first law for them. Because what is time? Anything and everything is. So what is time? To rush, to calculate, to notch off. Perspective. But there's things that come before perspective. There's things that come before time. in the essence of perspective. It reminds me of home, the core and the soul of the self. Coming back to your soul self, spending time with yourself, and being in that continuous connection. With the soul self. Don't do too much. Don't run. Don't hide. Don't do too much. It's like my teeth, because I'm like, I feel all of this. I understand exactly what this feels like, and it feels like this, you know, after what's happening collectively and all the things that's changing and shifting, and you know, all the layers are just unraveling. Things are being, you know, shown in true face, and you know, it's all in the essence of beauty, of course, but think about this in that way. And things are really changing. Things are happening outside of ourselves and within ourselves that are really jolting, and really like hyper recalibrating. Like imagine something that's recalibrating, recalibrating. I'm saying that and it doesn't sound right. Recalibrating, and it's like this, and it's like doing like this because it has to recalibrate. Recalibrating. It has to recalibrate, so it's doing this, and it's like, you know, ooh, ooh, ooh. And so you're falling on one side and you're falling on the other side, and you're shaking up, and you're just, so you can come back to peace and harmony. And as you're doing that, you're, you know, imagine shaking something, and as you're doing it, things are falling out of your hand, like and you're just like, everything's falling out of my hand. Everything's falling out of my hand. But I can't stop shaking because I'm recalibrating and I'm losing things, and so this is the energy to notice and to take extra care of when the new moon in Capricorn, and to harness and to kind of work through up until the full moon in Leo. That's what it said. I looked it up. So it's in Leo 9 degrees. That means that it's in Cancer. So there's going to be a lot of emotionalities going on. There's going to be like a super, it feels like a super purge towards the full moon, you know, culmination. Like as it grows, it's like we're you know that toy car that you go shoot, 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 and you let it go and it takes off by itself? That's what it feels like we're doing. Because conflict is kind of like, and having to analyze is kind of like, oh my god, like truth revealed, truth revealed, truth. And being reborn. Being reborn, and when you're giving to someone something, assessing what you're giving, yeah, and still being giving, finding your recalibrated place of balance where you're giving and you're okay, you're giving and you're, you know, you're keeping for yourself. Lesson is that you should know your limits and your boundaries. They should already be in place. If they're not in place, go and get them in place, because you're going to be tested. I don't like this. I don't. I felt it all day today. And honestly, I can't even say I felt this. I just felt, you know, and just felt off. I just felt agitated. I just felt over it. And so this makes a lot of sense. This is what's growing up to the new moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn. The moon, lady of emotions, lady of oceans. And Capricorn, cold Capricorn, make my ocean ice. Wintertime Capricorn, make my waters ice, make my feelings cold. Excuse me. Battle battle between the two. Who can keep things most loving? Who can keep things, you know, who's doing the better part? We need each other. We need each other. Doesn't matter who's doing more, who's doing what. Doesn't matter. Oh my God, child, I don't like this reading at all. Because it's telling me about myself. Let me pull this one. My favorite deck, my new deck, Modern Witch. I'm gonna pull 3 from here, and because I want to keep going. I'm having fun. 36 minutes, whatever. I'll put it on YouTube. Okay, see, new beginning, Magician. 1. 3 of Cups. Okay, this must be the endings of it all. Community. Build your tribe and community. It should be tighter. It should be more people. It should be more secrets. Place for you guys to meet. I can't really tell which one came first. Okay, so the Magician card is first. You can see anything in there that you want to take note of, and then the 3 of Cups reminds me of a perfect flow of giving. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Oh gosh. Up against the moon. So when the full moon comes around, your emotions are going to be plentiful. Feel them. Feel them. Give them. Don't hold them in. Give them. Just give them. It doesn't matter where they go. Give them. Because Miss Gardner, Mr. Gardner, if you're giving love to the plant, to the seed that you have planted, to the, this is all, even in this essence of like conflicts and things like that, this is all because you are aligning yourself with what you wish to manifest. And so all this is doing is hacking away at things that you don't need anymore. Okay, ways that you don't need to be anymore, habits that you don't need to have, new ways of thinking that you need to acquire and come into, and new levels of protection, new abilities, skills that you're, you know. And so it calls for the Saturn energy, the masculine energy of using the logical mind. That is the hub, core, center place for the masculine energy. Is the I'm getting 2 places because I'm thinking of the loin and I'm thinking of the mind, where, okay, so women, divine feminine I should say, is the womb and the heart space. Okay, whatever. So the mind, and when we think of the mind is up here, and what's up here is the crown chakra, spiritual connection, and what's up here is the third eye, visual manifestations. So Saturn is calling you to use your logical mind and your masculine mind. Okay, now you're able to do that because you're integrated. You can go back and forth. I would suggest looking at your North Node placement. Mine is in Capricorn, and that's something that I would need to absorb and be and whatever in order to align with, in order to go forward, right? So in the essence of using that mind space, that third eye space, that crown chakra space is creating the newness that you wish to see. Being very, very paying attention to the details so tightly, really looking at them and accepting them for what they are. Saturn doesn't have the essence and energy to even consider that it's feeling something. It doesn't have that ability. You're not in a space of like, oh my god, I feel. Not Saturn. Saturn is like, I know what I need to do. I know what needs to be done. I'm following my rules. I'm following my restrictions. I'm following my regulations. I'm following my traditions. And then, how sweet and beautiful by the full moon in Cancer/Leo that you're able to finally take off the shield and armor, the metal and the iron and the steel, and come into this newness and new mind. It's going to be tumultuous. I like that word. Because look at everything is there, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, and your own personal wands. And it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be a time of celebration, because this is like in the middle of this here with the spiritual transformation with the Archangel Azrael. Spiritual transformation, this is you reaping what you're sowing. Hand chakra transmutation, right? I haven't been writing, and I wake up and I'm like, right now, and I'm like, I don't want to. You see what happens? And now you like, bitch, write. Would you write? Would you use your mental, your hands, your eyes, your ears to live your life? Your skills? This is, I'm holding on to this, I don't know why. This is towards the end of that plentiful, emotions of plentiness. A lot of things to consider. And you know what? Let's honor our feelings when they come around and they come back. Because they're going to come back and they're going to make sense. Because you've done all the work that you need to do in this whole... From the new moon to the full moon is 2 weeks. That's quick. I said a month before. I was wrong. 2 weeks. Moonologies. Oh, I want my book back. I let this guy borrow a book of mine. I don't know if he has it still. I should ask him. Moonologies, understanding the moon, blah 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 blah. So yeah, that was good. That was it right there. I'm gonna actually text that guy and see if I can get my book back, because I would love to look at it right now. I was gonna go outside, but I want to finish folding laundry. I just want to watch a movie. I don't want to think. Because then if I go out, I'll have to come back. Whatever. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you do. I liked it a lot because I needed it and I liked doing it. So hopefully I can get in the hang of doing it more, especially during the new moons. The moons, not the new moon, just the different moons. Because I like connecting to the moon. That's where I'm from. New ideas coming up. Let me know what you think.